Are you down with this idea? We're going to go to like a local public
I would love
pickleball
that.
court, okay? I'll pretend that I'm like the big guy. I'm
Okay,
good, right?
okay.
And you're
And
my
you're just
partner.
bringing me along.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the first time you've ever played.
Okay.
I think this is the plot to White Man Can't Jump.
It is. And the color of money, I believe.
I like that. I mean, that's an issue of mine. I've been told that I look like such a tennis player, the way I walk, the way I
Right.
do everything. So I'm gonna have to like switch it up so they think I've never played a racket sport before.
You need to show up to the pickleball courts with a tennis racket.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
No,
or some like shitty pickleball paddle. I'll walk in there and be like, yeah,
Because
it's my first time.
you go out to these courts and there are guys, right, who are dressed to the nines. They think they're pros, right? They think they can easily
Oh my
beat you.
God, yeah.
We're going to do this.
I'm down. This would be super fun.
I will front
Should
you all the
video-
money.
yeah, let's do
Yes,
it.
I'm going to front all the money, okay? 80-20 my way, just so
Okay,
you know.
that's
all
good.
right? Sofia Sewing is with us here in studio at the Brand Star Studios. Did I say your last name correctly? I
correct,
did.
yes.
Okay, good. We started off, we were having a little casual conversation. I said, you're the best pickleball player in the world. And you said, well, I'm number one in the APP. What does that mean?
Well, there's two different leagues in pickleball. There's PPA and there's APP. So I play APP. I've only been playing APP this year. And then you have the PPA league, which players are contracted to play.
Right.
So I decided to go the APP route, which I'm really happy about. So yeah, I'm the number one singles player on APP league.
Why'd you decide to go that route? That's the big league, by the way. Whatever league you're number one in is the big league. You get
I
it,
agree.
right? Okay. Right. Okay, good.
I decided to go that route just because in PPA you're locked down. You're only allowed to play PPA tournaments, which I wasn't too fond of. I like to have, the freedom to travel, to play different leagues, different tournaments. I'm used to that from tennis, so I didn't really want to be locked down into something that I'm not really sure where they're headed also. So I just like to have the freedom to do what I want.
I had a sad moment over the weekend with pickleball and with tennis because I went to the tennis facility where I live, and it used to be all tennis courts. And they took half the tennis courts out, and now it's pickleball courts. So they have pickleball courts and tennis courts, and the tennis courts were empty. So this is on Saturday night around 6:30, and I'm driving around in my golf cart, and all the tennis courts are empty. The pickleball courts are packed, and they're packed with young people. Are you surprised by that? Like, I was sad for tennis because tennis is no longer the popular sport with young people and with families in particular. Are you surprised that pickleball has made this big of an impact?
Well, I would say in the beginning when I was still playing tennis, I was very unhappy every time I would go to my club to train or to the local, courts where I would train at with my dad. I would feel like there would be people playing pickleball on the tennis courts and I wasn't able to train, and we would be so upset about it. And I was like, oh my God, this sport, I can't take it. It was very frustrating in the beginning.
Right.
But I think now that I've left the tennis world and now I'm in pickleball, I can see why so many people, just have so much fun playing. It's so easy to play. I feel like anybody from any age range can really just pick it up and have fun with their friends or their family. And it's not a ton of, it's good cardio. It's not a ton of cardio. So tennis, I feel like it's a little bit harder and there's a big difference.
A little
in
bigger
level.
court,
Of
right,
course,
yes.
a bigger court. And you really in tennis, to play and have a good time, you need to find somebody who's your same level. I feel like in pickleball, anybody will just be on the court with anybody and just, enjoy it and have a good time.
So now you're laughing at the tennis courts, right? You're like more
I don't know,
pickleball
tennis
courts.
is still my one true love, but yeah, now I can see why.
How was that grind growing up? Because it's such a lonely sport. And
so lonely.
So talk about that for a second. Just for tennis players, for people who pursue golf careers, there's a loneliness to it that's really hard to kind of overcome.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's being way more talked about now, kind of the mental health aspect of tennis. It is, like you said, it's a super lonely and competitive sport. You have to take it serious from such a young age. Like, I was homeschooled when I was 10 just to be able to train, longer hours. And my parents and I knew from a young age I wanted to go pro. So you really you have to sacrifice so much in tennis to be professional and to make it. It's a lonely sport. Like you said, only top 100 players are able to make a living, and from tennis, everyone else is just, you're really grinding and sacrificing for little to no money, I would say, as was in my experience.
Right.
It gives you a lot. You're able to travel all around the world, which I've traveled to 38 countries because of tennis, which is amazing. But it is such a grind and so many injuries. Just, overall grind.
Give me the country you like the most.
Ooh, country I have like the most.
Yes.
I've been going to Vietnam a lot lately for pickleball, actually.
Sneaky cool, right?
Yeah, I
Yes.
love Vietnam.
Right.
I will say that's been one of my favorites so far.
Give me the country that you never want to go back to.
I'm going back, but
Yeah, but you don't want to go back. You're going back because you're being
going
forced to go
back.
back because there's a tournament there, probably.
I'm going
right.
back to India. I wouldn't say I'm super excited about it, but yeah.
They're gonna boo you now. I just put you in such a bad spot. But you don't care. What do you care?
I didn't
Right.
love it, but yeah, I have to go back.
Okay. Can you take us through this journey? Because I find it fascinating. Someone who set out to be a tennis player and pickleball comes along. Was there a moment for you where you said, hey, I want to pursue this. I can be great at this thing?
Yes, it was last year, March. I was playing my last WTA tournament. I was just there for doubles because I have had pretty bad knee problems, which prevented me from playing singles in tennis anymore. So my last 6 months of my career, I decided to go full on in doubles, and it was going really, really well. I was in almost close to top 100 and playing slams. I was having a good time, but I saw so many of my friends who were transitioning from from tennis to pickleball, and were trying to convince me to come over. And I was like, absolutely not. I cannot do that. I will not do that. And I just saw the financial aspect, I want to say, of pickleball. I knew a lot of my friends, they were, sharing intimate details with me about some of their contracts and what the typical player can be making in pickleball. I was like, oh my gosh, it's such a difference from tennis. And like tennis, you spend so much money just to get to a tournament. The stringing, every aspect of tennis is so expensive. And I was, getting to an age where I was like, I want to have financial freedom and be able to live off of something that I'm
Sure.
sacrificing so
Right.
much to do.
Right.
So in that last tournament, I remember I lost first round, like 10-8 in the third, and it was really hitting me, the amount of money I'd spent just to get there, and I'd received nothing. And I was like, oh my gosh, I think I need to switch it up. My knees were hurting. I was like, I think I've reached my breaking point in tennis. So that was when I decided, you know what, the second I get home, I'm going to start training pickleball. And I did just that and just took off from there.
So this has been a blessing for you.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yes, it has been. I'm so happy to have made the switch.
What's the most misunderstood thing about pickleball? Because I think people feel like it's adult ping pong. It's easy. Anyone can do it.
The most misunderstood.
I'm one of those people, by the way. Okay?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to challenge you to a match later on. I'm not going to play in the summer. I'm a little bit too old. It's a little bit too hot out.
Too hot out.
But I am going to challenge you to a match. I'm thinking like December, 65 degrees, maybe overcast.
Misunderstood. I was the same when I was looking out, looking from the outside of playing tennis. I was like, pickleball just looks so easy. I was like, I never understood. I think the most misunderstood, I'm like, why don't they just hit it as hard as they can and just try to hit the other person and finish the point? And then I would go in and try to do that same thing, and you realize the reflexes in the hands that these pros have. You cannot just be speeding up any ball. You get killed or you get your partner killed. So I would say that's the most misunderstood, is that the patience and the dinking is really important.
In terms of like preparation and practice, it's not nearly as much as you were doing for tennis, correct?
I do.
Or is it? I don't know.
Well, it just depends. Everybody's different. I do more than I did for tennis just because it's easier on the body, and it's,
Right.
The hours I put, I would say I train around 4 hours a day, which in tennis I was doing, let's say, maybe 3 to 4. But it's a lot on your body. With my knees, I wasn't able to train that much in tennis anymore. But since pickleball is a little bit easier, when you drill, you just drill specific things. There's not a lot of movement unless you're playing games. So, I mean, you can be out there. And it's fun, so you can be out there for hours in a day. Some of my friends are out there 6-7 hours a day. That's a little much for me, but yeah.
If pickleball never kind of gained the popularity that it has, do you think you'd still be playing tennis, grinding it out, playing tennis?
Probably. I would say
Really?
yes. I didn't, yeah.
You're crazy.
I know. I didn't know how big it was until, some of my friends were switching over, and you can actually make money and make a living from it and have fun and be competitive. That was a big thing for me when I quit. I'm such a competitive person, and from tennis, even when I stopped playing singles, I missed that individual aspect of competing so much. I feel like it's just a big part of me. So being able to find that and still, make a living off of a competitive sport was really important for me.
Have there been any weird celebrities who just randomly reach out to you via text because they want pickleball tips? Seriously?
No, but
right?
I think I should probably start doing that. I know There's this place called the Fort in Fort Lauderdale, which is like the hub now of APP.
Yes.
They built this facility, and there's been a lot of like NFL and NBA players over there. So I was thinking, hey, maybe one day I'll pop over and see what I can find.
Wait, but have you had any celebrity encounter? Because this thing has taken over in a way where celebrities are starting to play it.
I know.
And when celebrities start playing it, they want tips from the pros.
I know. I haven't personally, but a lot of my friends have, especially ones that live in LA.
Right.
That is very common. So maybe I should take a trip over there.
I think you should. Yes. What do you think? What, Taylor?
I saw the dollar signs in Stu's eyes light up.
Of course.
Where he's probably plotting like a member guest
for sure.
type tournament at his country club.
Of course.
And now he's going to invite you.
Okay.
Yes.
Hey, you can. I'd love that.
All right, doubles, mixed doubles,
Yeah,
me and you.
for sure.
What's the hardest part about pickleball?
The hardest part? Ooh, I would say the dedication. It's really important to drill, which a lot of people don't like to do. They like to just play games, which I love to play games. It's the most fun aspect of playing pickleball.
Right.
But, you know,
I mean, who wants to practice,
Of
honestly?
course.
Right,
It's like tennis when you just practice. It's a lot more fun to just go out and play a set and, you know, enjoy yourself.
Right.
But the drilling is so important to getting better in pickleball. You have to train very specific things that, honestly, pickleball can be a bit boring just dinking for an hour. You know, it's not the most fun thing. So I would say that's the most difficult, is really just like dedicating yourself to those little things that make such a big difference.
Because you just want to like pound ground strokes, right?
Of
you
course.
want pace coming back to you, right?
My tennis
it's like I
sometimes
played
comes
tennis
out.
this guy with a big dog, Joe Rose. He's a local morning host here in South Florida, and all he did was dink and doink. It was drop shot lob, drop shot lob.
not
He
fun.
realized that I'm not in good shape, and that's why he beat me 6-1. But that aesthetically pleasing, that is not, right?
No, honestly, I get bored sometimes. Just being out there, if I have 2 drill sessions in a day, I can get pretty bored. I'm like, oh, I just want to play some games, hit the ball. But it's really important. I've seen such a difference in my game just from, you know, saying, okay, I'm going to drill at least once a day. It's very important.
What's the first off, I have an idea with you. There's a question coming, but I think a pickleball podcast is something that you and I should be exploring. What do you think about that?
I would love that.
Yeah, but we have to give advice out. Like we have to be helping people learn how to play the game of pickleball. Can we do that?
Yeah, I think we could definitely do that.
Okay,
I'm a good coach.
Okay, you are?
Yeah, I when I
Yeah,
stopped
but you don't want to give away the tricks of the trade. You know
I
what I'm
won't
saying?
give away my tricks and what I do,
Right.
but I can give some other things away.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Taylor, get on this, okay? A pickleball podcast. Do you think we'll arrive in a world, in a place where kids are choosing pickleball over tennis?
They already are.
That's
and that's
crazy
That
to me.
It's still so crazy to me.
Right.
And I see it now in every tournament, and I still call my dad up, and I'm like, Dad, I don't understand. Like,
Right.
it's honestly insane. I'll see little 5-year-olds, they have 10 and under events, and all these kids that are playing, and you see their ground strokes are hitting from the back, and they have these like beautiful strokes, and I'm like, oh my, I can't believe they're not playing tennis and they're playing pickleball.
If you had to do it over again, would you choose pickleball?
No, I would.
Really?
I would never change the way I came in.
Really?
Tennis has given me the ability to
Right.
play pickleball and have a little bit of an easier route, I would say. So.
I went through a huge pickleball phase.
Okay.
But unfortunately, the pickleball culture kind of got out of control for me.
They're crazy.
I was
Yes.
going there.
People are fighting over courts.
Yes.
Oh, I've gotten into some fights.
I was getting.
I want to hear about them.
Yes,
Hold on. Go ahead.
I was getting bullied by these older women that were there, and I just said, you know what, enough is enough. What's some of the worst stories that you've had in your starting up with pickleball?
Oh gosh, there's so many.
These people are lunatics. I mean,
yeah. I mean, coming from tennis, you know, there's such an etiquette in tennis, and in, you know, the court time. If someone's on a court, if their rackets are on a court, like that court is theirs. You're not just gonna hop in. And I've had that problem so many times. One story that stands out, I went to a public park here in Boca with my best friend Dominique, and we were playing. And in pickleball, I don't know if you know, they have this thing where like you put your paddles on a rack to like share the court. I'm not really sure how it works. It was my first time ever going there, so I didn't really know how it worked.
The etiquette of it.
The
right.
etiquette, I guess, of pickleball.
Right.
And we had been there since like 8 in the morning. It was super early, I think on a Saturday. And we were in the middle of, we were playing mixed, we were in the middle of a game. And like you said, these two, I think they were a couple older. They must have been in their 60s. I'm not really sure.
An old couple in Boca.
It
This
always
is going to be
is.
great.
It's not
Always
gonna be
is.
good. And we're literally in the middle of playing the point, and they just like walk across the court and leave their paddle, and they're like, "You guys have been on this court for too long." And I'm like, "Okay, well, we're in the middle of a game right now. Like, can we finish the game?" And they were like, "Nope, your time is over. It's done." And, you know, in
They
tennis,
squatted on your court. I
yeah,
mean,
it's crazy. And it's not the first time. I've had that so many times. But, like, in tennis, you know, if you see pros playing, like, nobody's going to go on that court and tell them to, like, get off of the court. I think
Right.
it's too, you know, and people like to watch them. And no one's going to do that. But they got on there and they start calling us. I was like, hey, we just want to finish our game and then we can rotate. And they're like, they started, like, screaming at us.
Right.
Calling us words. I mean, it got heated. We were all yelling on that court, and that's not the first time that's happened. It happens so much where people will just walk across the court in the middle, put their stuff, argue. It's like the norm in pickleball. I'm not sure why.
well, it's also the norm in Boca. You realize
I guess
that, right?
maybe.
Yes.
I'm newer to Boca, so I wouldn't know, but I guess now I know.
You went to UM, correct?
Yeah.
Kind of, technically?
Technically,
Yeah.
yes. One semester, yes.
That's not going to UM.
Not really. I'm like a fraud, I would say.
Wait, did you go to UM long enough where if I say slice and ice, that means something to you?
No.
How about the Flanagans?
Oh, yes,
Oh,
of
duh,
course.
of course.
I'm from Miami, so obviously.
Rock and rib rolls?
Yeah. Come on.
How about, now I'm trying to think, how about Cafe Iguana?
No.
Oh,
Doesn't ring a
man,
bell.
I am so old. How about the Tavern? No, I am really.
Is that somewhere in the Grove?
The Tavern is somewhere in the Grove. I believe it's still open. It's also the only bar in America where you could still smoke cigarettes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't really going out that much when I was there.
No.
I was going pro
Right.
afterwards. I was
were
still
there for
very much-
business,
I was
yeah.
there for business. I was very much in
And
that
you weren't really
mindset.
there. I mean,
I wasn't really there either. I was still
Right.
traveling, so no.
What do you like to do when you're not playing pickleball?
Ooh, I'm a big reader. I
Right.
love to read.
You should buy my book, Stugotz's
okay,
personal
maybe I'll
record
do
book.
that,
Yeah,
yeah.
check it out. In that personal record book, I have you as the top pickleball player ever.
Okay.
Ever.
I
Not
like
in the
that.
world.
You're gonna have
ever.
to show me.
Yes, I
Okay.
will. I'll show it to you. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just big on traveling. Really is like my main thing. I love to travel. Any opportunity I can get to travel, especially now through pickleball, which is so cool that there's so many international tournaments now. That's like my main focus, really.
So when you say travel, is it to a place like a non-pickleball tournament? You just like going places.
I
you like
going
exploring
places.
a little bit.
I like
Yeah.
exploring, but I'm so used to traveling because of tennis that now any opportunity that I can get through pickleball, since it's growing so much internationally, which is amazing, especially in Asia, anytime I see any little tournament, I'm like, hey, I want to go. And yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Who would be on your Mount Rushmore of tennis?
Oh, well, anybody who knows me knows it would be Roger Federer.
Really?
Yes.
Four
All four
Federers,
spots.
huh?
Oh, yes.
Wow. Why?
Oh, he was just my idol growing up. Yeah,
Interesting.
since I started playing, I've always loved him so deeply. I would say anybody who knows me knows that about me. Anytime I see him, I cry.
Well, have you met him? Have you seen him?
Yes, I
Did
have.
you cry?
Oh yes.
Come
It was
on.
very embarrassing. I have pictures
Sophia.
of it. I know.
Wait,
I
upon
have-
meeting Roger Federer, you started
Well,
weeping?
When I was younger, when I started 8, I'm from Miami, so I would go to Sony Ericsson back then. Now it's Miami Open, but I would go every single year. I was there from 8 a.m. till closing, and I would literally just wait. My dad, he had a friend who worked there, so he would give him an in on the schedule of the training. So I knew exactly when he was going to train, and I would show up an hour early just to have the spot right when he would come out of the locker room every single time. Since I was 8 years old, I just have always had an obsession with him.
That's a nice job by Dad.
I know.
Yeah. A bit stalkish, but I mean,
know. But yeah, I would say best moment of my life
Right.
with Roger. I played Wimbledon, and I went to the Wimbledon ball as a junior,
Right.
and I took a picture with him that year. He won Wimbledon when I was there, and I took a picture with him at the ball, all dressed up. He was in a suit.
Right.
It is the best moment of my life.
Was it everything you expected?
Yes.
Really?
And more.
Really?
Yes, and more.
Wait a second. Did you wait? So you're setting up to take a picture. Are you crying?
I had already met him 3 times that week in the locker room, like in the gym
And you
area.
cried
in the
each
locker-
time?
Each time. So I was like, oh my God, this man, I'm sure he remembers me, and it's just going to be so embarrassing every time I would come up to him. I was like, hey, can I get another picture?
And was he like, oh, the crier again?
Yeah,
I mean-
probably. He was so, you know him. He's so classy. I'm sure
Right.
he doesn't say it, but I'm sure he was thinking it.
Put 3 more on there, though. Like Roger Federer, and then give me
Roger
3 more
Federer.
tennis players that you would put in your Mount Rushmore of tennis.
I love Kim Clijsters. She
a good
was
one.
another idol of mine growing up. I would say Nadal and Serena. Those would be my 4. Kim,
Really?
Nadal, Serena, and Federer.
What do you say to dopes like me who think because, I watch people play, it looks like adult ping pong, and I say, hey, I could beat you? What do
I
you
get
say?
that a lot.
Do you?
Yeah, I
And
would
what do
say-
you say to them?
I said, sure, let's bet on it. Let me make some money at least.
Really?
Yeah, let's bet on it.
Oh, now I have a better idea. I mean, we could run some game at a public court.
I was going to ask, have you ever gone to a court and like maybe pretended I'm not that good at tennis or not that good at pickleball, and then the game
that's a good
starts and it's
idea.
like, okay,
Well, the idea that I had now, anytime I have these encounters with these older people who want to, create problems, I said, let's bet on, let's play a game, and whoever wins gets to stay on the court, and
Right.
that's it. Let's bet on it.
Right.
Instead of,
have
that's
you
my new idea.
have you bet actual money though?
I have before.
Really?
Not with those people, but I have maybe twice.
Right.
With these like 4.5 level guys.
Right.
Yeah, that I've been invited to. So I was like, you know what? I'll go. If they're gonna put the money down, I don't have to put anything. I'll go.
and then especially if you drop a couple early points
Yeah,
and then you're like,
exactly.
you
know,
have to.
let's just double it.
Exactly.
Actually.
Well,
Or
it's
I'll
all-
say, oh, she's just a singles player, so
Right.
she can't be that good at those. You know what
But
I mean?
it's all about the warm-ups. You have to be awful in warm-ups, right? Are you down with this idea? We're going to go to
Yes.
like a local public
I would love
pickleball
that.
court, okay? I'll pretend that I'm like the big guy. I'm
Okay,
good, right?
okay.
And you're
And
my
you're just
partner.
bringing me along.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
This is the first time you've ever played.
Okay.
I think this is the plot to White Man Can't Jump.
It is. And the color of money, I believe.
I like that. I mean, that's an issue of mine. I've been told that I look like such a tennis player, the way I walk, the way I
Right.
do everything. So I'm going to have to like switch it up so they think I've never played a racket sport before.
You need to show up to the pickleball courts with a tennis racket.
Oh
okay?
my gosh. Oh my gosh.
No,
or
we-
some like shitty pickleball paddle. I'll walk in there and be like, yeah,
Because
it's my first time.
you go out to these courts and there are guys, right, who are dressed to the nines. They think they're pros, right? They think they can easily
Oh my
beat
God,
you.
yeah.
We're going to do this.
I'm down. This would be super fun.
I will front
Should
you all the
video-
money.
yeah, let's do
Yes,
it.
I'm going to front all the money, okay? 80-20 my way, just so
Okay,
you know.
that's
all
good.
right?
I like that.
You get,
Yeah,
no,
that's
no, don't agree to that. I believe your agent's here going, what the hell are you doing?
It's still going to be fun. I'm down for anything.
All right, so we're going to do this. We'll pretend that I'm the Roger Federer of
Okay.
pickleball.
Okay.
And that this is your first time ever playing. Okay.
Do you know any paddle company? What paddle would you even use?
Don't bring a paddle. Don't bring it. In fact,
Nothing.
now that I'm thinking about it, don't even bring a tennis racket.
Okay.
Just show up.
Just
and be
show
like,
up.
Right, with a jar
I'm like,
of
hey,
pickles.
can I borrow one?
Right, with a jar of pickles.
Ask
okay?
your opponents, can I borrow one of your paddles? I don't have one.
You'll be jogging.
Yeah. Let me use one of your.
Yeah,
I'll use
sorry,
your
I don't
spare
have-
paddle.
yeah.
Right.
You'll be jogging in the park. Stu will point to you and say, "We could win with her."
Right.
No.
Yeah, you
Then
have to be
come
off
over.
in the distance.
Oh my gosh.
Right, like off in a
Be
corner.
such con artist.
You're at, well, no, this
He
how
is
you-
the con.
I am the con. Confess.
That's funny.
No, but this is how you do it, okay? You're lonely, you're off in the corner, you're contemplating life, you're thinking about what you're going to do in the future, and I'm just looking around, and I'm like, I can beat the two of you with anybody. Anybody. And I point to you
Isn't
off
this
in
somewhere in
the
a movie? I've seen this before. What movie?
Many
is this?
movies have been made
I've
about
seen something like this before.
well, you and I are about to make one, okay?
Okay.
We're going to do this, because this is a better idea. For me, it's a better idea than playing you one-on-one in pickleball, because I know how that's going to end. The other idea ends with us having a lot of money, and I have 80% of it.
Where would we go
right?
though in Boca? What club are we going
You
to?
tell me. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm new.
Well, I'm from Parkland. I mean, we go to my club. Everyone thinks of the Agassi of pickleball at my club.
Okay,
They all do.
we can go.
Are you surprised it's become like such a family? Like families are playing. It's bringing families together.
I
This
know.
sport, right?
I mean, I see a lot of arguments with families on court, but I do feel like it's like an easy and fun thing for families to do together and bond.
Are you telling me that I think it's bringing families together, and you're telling me it's splitting them
Well,
apart?
it's like a bonding experience. It's
Right.
like fighting, but you got to work together to beat, I don't know, your dad and your sister. I've gotten into fights with my sister playing pickleball. She doesn't like when I slice or do certain things. She's like, play for real. I'm like, this is playing for real. I'm just trying to beat you.
Oh, you're doing the dink and doink
Yeah,
game now.
exactly. She doesn't like the slice. She
Right.
hates it. So yeah, it creates fights, but it's still fun.
Your sister's playing the #1 player in the world. She knows she's going to lose, right?
Absolutely not. She goes in there and she's like,
Get
I'm gonna-
out.
Oh, hell no. She's like, I'm beating you every time. She wants to beat me. She thinks she can beat me in anything. So it's pretty funny, at least.
Can you describe for people, because you've had so much experience around this sport, what the super serious pickleball guy is like? Like when that guy approaches the court.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about, right? He's got like
yes,
10
we have
rackets
them
in a
in tennis,
bag.
Too.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, of course we have.
Yeah, I would say in a lot of these like money balls, there's a lot of those types of guys who come in and they're like, they shit talk on court. That's like the #1 thing that's so different from tennis, like the etiquette. Like it's so common in pickleball for people to like trash talk each other on court to like get in your heads. And when I first started, I was so not used to that. So I would see that, I was like, oh, that guy's so rude, or that guy, what's wrong with that guy? But it's like the norm in pickleball. You like try to get in people's heads. I don't do it, but I know a lot of people who do, and I would say like that is like the typical guy who's like not great, but will come in. He's like, he can beat anybody. Starts trash talking. It's so typical. Yeah.
The more they talk, the worse they are.
Yeah,
right?
and they'll just like come out of nowhere, like it's like a super friendly match, all good, and then they start saying like the most random things, trying to trash talk. You're like, dude, I'm up 11-0 right now.
They're still trying.
Yeah, they're still trying. It's the norm.
That is really funny. I am stuck on your sister thinking that she could beat you. She has no idea about your talents.
Hey,
I mean, you're the greatest.
Do you have a sibling? That's like the most common thing.
I do. I mean, I have a brother, but my brother knows I'm going to beat him at everything. I
think she knows, but she's never going to admit that. She's going to come in there confident every time. You know, one day I'll slip up. You know.
Yes. What is the super serious tennis player like? Because that's worse. That's a worse kind of person.
Like you said, the 10 rackets in the bag,
right.
The all new Nike fit,
right?
All new Nike bag. I would say the headband.
Blames his mishits on the string.
Oh, the string is the tension is wrong.
Always staring at the racket.
Yeah, I would say the headband with like the little man bun on. That's like the most. Yeah.
So have you lost your composure at any point during a pickleball match and just said, "Shit, I'm going to let it fly" and start talking trash to someone?
No. I have never. I mean, anybody who knows me on court, I'm very. Well, I would say in singles, I'm very serious.
Right.
Doubles, I'm more expressive, but I just have that like tennis. I like to respect, my opponents and the sport. I'm not
like your game
there.
to the talking.
Yes,
right.
I'm not a talker, not at all. No.
Stu, I have a sad update for you.
Yeah.
Tavern in the Grove closed Sunday, January 19th, 2020.
Okay.
2020. Great. It's been closed a while.
A long time.
It's a sad day.
It's been a while since you've been down
he's
to the
not
Grove.
up to date on the tavern.
It's a sad day for me. I was going to go, in fact, just talking about it, maybe want to go down there. Have a heater inside.
That's funny.
All right, so we're going to do this, all right? I don't know what's the better idea, Taylor. What do you like here? Is it me and her playing one-on-one singles match, or is it us going to a park and taking everyone's cash?
It's the hustling, the sandbagging.
Yeah.
Are you down for a pickleball hustle?
Yeah,
yes?
I really am. That's a really good idea. I think it'd be really funny.
All right, can we identify the park, though? Like, we have to...
Should we do a country club or a park? I feel like a country club's going to be harder.
Okay, so,
right?
Yeah, can we scout out, like...
And I'm not going to lie, I get recognized sometimes now when I go to these country clubs and stuff.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Really? Is that weird for you?
It is so weird.
Like
to have that in pickleball, not in tennis. Maybe I think a park would be better.
Well, what are they doing? Are they
I
asking
don't know,
for pictures? Are they asking for
but they'll
advice?
just wiggle your Sofia, right? Especially when I go down to the fort, too.
You're a rock star there.
Because there's so many tournaments. There's so many tournaments there that I've played in, and I always do well there. So, yeah, I think they do a good job of streaming the events now, and it's like you said, it's become so popular now. People really watch it. So yeah, it's getting there.
What's the difference from the day you started until right now? What's the difference in prize money? It's gone up like significantly, right?
Well, I didn't start. I started last year, like playing competitively, I would say last summer. So it's been like a year now. But APP, I started 6 months ago, really. So I know that there's been a difference in prize money, but that was from like 2 years ago. So that was before I started.
Right.
But I've been told by a lot of players, like, it's a significant difference. They've made significant changes. It's become a lot more professional. Like the structure of everything is very different. But I came in now when everything, like in the change already, I would say.
All right, you and I walk out to a court today. How long is the match going to take?
Singles or doubles?
Singles.
Are we doing rally scoring? Are we doing regular scoring?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, God. Let's say regular scoring, 2 games to 11, 2 out of 3 to 11.
2 games to 11.
Okay, 2 out of 3. I'd say you play tennis?
I play tennis. I'm
you
also
played or you play?
I've played tennis. I play ping pong. I'm excellent at ping pong.
Really?
Yes.
And you also returned to serve from
Riley Opelka. Yes, with a cigarette in my mouth. Right.
Oh my gosh.
I did that. It was 127 miles per hour. Can you believe it?
I know, right?
And I won the points. I mean, how about that?
Riley serves hard.
Yes.
I'd say 30 minutes. We could say 30 minutes.
30 minutes?
Yeah.
I was thinking shorter. 30 minutes, I'll be dead.
You have timeouts in pickleball.
You get timeouts?
I know. Isn't that insane?
He's going to use them.
All of them. The full allotments.
Is that not crazy? You get 2 timeouts per game.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Do you get a 20? Or
you get a minute timeout.
Really?
Mm-hmm. That was a big change for me. The first time I ever went and played a pickleball tournament, I didn't even look up the rules. I was like, it just has to be like tennis, right?
Right.
And the girl she just puts her paddle on the floor and just walks like to the side, and I was like, oh, am I winning right now by retirement? So like I went up and like ready to like shake her hand, and the ref's like, this timeout, and I was like, what are you talking about? What's a timeout? So they had to explain it to me. I also lost various points in my first tournament because in pickleball you're not allowed to serve while the ref is saying the score. You lose the points.
Right.
And so she would, like, you know, in tennis, you go based on your own time. You bounce the ball, you
Of
go
course.
and serve.
Right.
It is what it is. And they call the score in tennis right after the point's over. In pickleball, it's different. So, like, when you go up to the line, you're ready to serve. I go and I serve, and she's like, oh, 2-1. And in the middle of my serve, and she's like, loss of point. And I was like, what are you talking about? She's
Right.
like, you're not allowed to. And I lost
She
so many.
sees that you're serving and then decides to announce the score.
That's the pickleball. You
Right.
have to wait for them to say the score, and then you can serve. If you say it while they're saying the score, you lose it. If you serve before they're saying the score, you can redo the serve. It's very weird. It's
It is
tricky.
weird.
Yeah.
So the timeouts, are you using them sometimes just because you're tired? You want to stop momentum?
Momentum
Like,
mostly.
really?
I've used a couple being tired. I really don't use them in singles at all. Doubles is really where I use it because it is very important. Like if the momentum can switch so fast in
Right.
doubles. So I will say you have to use it very strategically. I've been improving in that because everybody told me before I never would use my timeouts, and they're like, that's so bad. You have to, like, it really can switch, you know, the energy and the momentum in a game. It's really important because pickleball is fast. So
Right.
if you're down 6-0 already in 5 minutes, I would say, hey, take a timeout.
Right.
Give a minute. Let
It's like an
them
NBA
think.
team getting off to a 10-0 run, and the coach says timeout quickly.
And then say,
just
yeah,
to stop
give
the
your-
momentum.
Yeah,
right.
stop the momentum. Be able to talk with your partner about any changes you want to make the other people think a little bit more. Yeah, it's important to take them.
All right, I'm very excited. 30 minutes. She's giving me way too much credit.
Way too
I
much
mean, I
time.
would be off that court in 14 seconds.
Yes.
Right?
Well, in the heat right now, I don't know how long. I don't even think I would last 30. I only train inside right now because it's too
Oh,
hot.
so you're with me on the summer, right?
Yeah.
So we do this in the winter.
If we play inside, we can play
I
in
can
an
play you
inside.
anytime inside. I
Yeah,
had no idea
inside
there were
we can do
indoor
that.
courts.
Yeah, there's a
really?
lot. I train in an indoor facility every day.
Really? This
So we
thing
can
is
go.
taking over,
I
man.
know.
I got to tell you.
I can't train outside right now. It's way too hot.
Really?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
You know, it's taking over in a way that I'm uncomfortable with because I think I heard, no, I'm serious. I think it was John or Patrick McEnroe who lived right down the street from me growing up. Port Washington Tennis Academy, their coach, Tony Palafax, had a court in the backyard. You would hear McEnroe like grunting. He was working, but he was lonely, right? And I heard them having a conversation where I think it was Patrick saying, if I had to do it all over again and pickleball was as big then as it is now, I probably would have never played tennis.
Oh my gosh.
That's a sad day, man.
That's a strong statement.
I know.
That's a really strong statement.
This is one of the best doubles players in the world,
I
Patrick
know.
McEnroe.
That's a strong statement.
Right.
I mean, I wouldn't change the way I started. I love tennis. Tennis brought me so much, I would say, in life. And like I
It
said,
brought you to Federer. I mean,
exactly, got me a picture of Federer. But I will say, like, it also, you know, transitioning from tennis to pickleball, it's not the easiest, obviously, like, especially doubles. It's a completely different game. But it does give you a lot of, you know, the skill set that you need for pickleball without having to learn, you know, all over again from a young age. Like, I see some of the 5-year-olds, like we were talking about, the 5-year-olds
Yeah.
playing, and they have all these strokes. And I'm like, you know, if I had to come into pickleball with no prior racket sport experience, I don't know. So I have so much, like, sometimes I'm in awe of a lot of these players I compete with. They play and they have beautiful strokes, and they've never played tennis in their life. They come from different sports. I'm like, wow, I don't know if I could do that at this age.
so if we play, can I use a tennis racket?
No.
What do you mean? Would that be an advantage for me?
I just think it would be impossible.
Really?
I don't know how that would work. I mean, it would
Why?
be fun.
Because the ball coming off the racket, off the strings, is not going to work,
I
right?
don't think it's a plastic. It would be fun
Can I
to
have a
try.
racket the size of a tennis racket? Is what I guess.
No, that doesn't exist. No,
Really? Well, what if I
But-
make one though? I mean,
You could make one.
Okay.
I'm sure that would be interesting. I mean, it'd be fun to try. I've never done it, but that would be fun to try.
okay. So listen, we're going to do this one-on-one. We could do it inside. I want to do the hustle as well. Okay.
Okay.
That we need to do outside
I
because
like
you
that
need to be
idea.
lonely in a park off in the corner, picking at a fence and doing nothing. I'm like, I can win with her.
Okay. I like that
All right,
idea. I really like that idea. That would be really fun.
And I was teasing 70-30 my way. I'll give you 10%. more
I'll
than
speak
we
to my agent about that.
You
You'll
already
let me-
said yes. It's
yeah.
binding. I mean, he is outraged right
That's
now. This has been a lot of fun. Thank you for
So
doing
much
this.
fun. Thank you.
We're going to start a pickleball podcast because
I would
there is
love
one
that.
now in the top 100, Taylor. You noticed that, a pickleball podcast.
Really?
That's how much interest it has. But if we have the best player in the world doing a pickleball podcast, then we're really onto something.
Yeah, I think
right?
we would be a step ahead of everybody
Yes,
else.
the number 1 player in the world, and me, the number 5 player in the
Exactly.
world. Yes, a couple of pickleball players cutting it up. That's the name of it, Taylor. Sophia, thank you so much.
Thank
You are great. Good luck moving forward
Thank
here.
you.
I'm so glad you found this because
Me
it
too.
seems like you were coming to an end with your tennis career, and then lo and behold, here
I
comes a
know.
brand new career for you.
It's crazy how your life can
So
change so
awesome.
much in just 1 year.
Yeah, you're so thankful to the sport, it
I
seems
really
like.
am.
Right?
I'm just having so much fun. I never thought, that I could have, when you're in tennis, like we talked about the mental health aspect, you never really see a life outside of that because it's all you've ever known. So, being able to look back at where I was mentally a year ago to now, I'm like, wow, it's just so different. I'm so blessed, like you said. It's been so fun.
You have a new life, new career.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
I'm happy for you. Congratulations
you.
on all your success.
Thank you so much.
Tell those people who bother you at any of the courts, dinner, anything, tell them to shut the fuck up, okay? Like, enough, right?
Oh my God.
Private time for Sophia.
I know.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
We appreciate it. I look forward to a 70-30 split.
Thank you, guys.